the Pup List. I'm James.
I'm Adam.
This is Adam. And we got a lot to talk about. Holy fucking shit.
Fuck the NFL.
A lot of shit going on this week. We just had the NFL deadline, and the NFL deadline looked like the MLB deadline. Are you fucking kidding me? I wake up to like 6 trades, and I got them all right here. We're gonna go right through it right fucking now, and we're gonna fucking know if it was a good trade or not, and if it's gonna help the team, and who it helps.
I mean,
first and foremost, we're starting with our Packers. We're starting with Clinton Dix was traded to the Redskins for a 2019 4th-round pick. Why? Why?
Well, because he wasn't going to resign. He's made it clear that he wasn't going to resign with the Packers.
Yeah, that had to be.
He's told them he wants to, but he doesn't think they want to, so he wasn't going to resign. You had to get something for him. You weren't going to get what he was, a first-round pick, because he only has 4 months left of his contract.
Yeah.
The team has to resign him. Washington may not be in the position to resign him with that Alex Smith contract.
No.
And with Norman still.
They won't.
So I was upset he was traded, but the one thing I'm thinking is now they drafted last year Josh Jones in the 2nd round. I think that's part of why they trade Dix too. You have to see if Josh Jones actually has anything in him to be a good safety for them. And he's the same position as so he wasn't going to start over him.
Right.
So you do this trade, you get him a chance.
You get him out.
Okay, let's see what you can do.
You get him out, and you know what?
And the rest of their secondary has been playing really good the last few weeks. When Alexander and Jackson's doing good. They might move Jackson to safety now, they're saying.
Right.
Or Tremont.
But this actually, yes, I understand now that, the Clinton Dix is not going to come back as a Green Bay Packer.
There's a chance you could do that too. The Red Sox tried to do that with Lester.
Right.
You trade him and then offer him a contract back up.
All this Chapman did with the Yankees. Yeah. I get it. But this actually, you know what? I'm going to ask you. Does this make the Redskins a contender in the NFC?
Especially with that division, yeah.
They can win the NFC East now. They got the inside track. They just got to help on their secondary.
The Giants probably won't win any more games than they already have.
Oh, the ambulance. What the fuck?
But yeah,
the fire is here.
You know the Giants won't win any more games than they already have.
No, Giants are done.
The Eagles look good sometimes, but they keep going up and down. Cowboys, I don't having Amari's gonna help them a lot, but when's he gonna play? It's gonna be 2 or 3 weeks from now. They might be out of it by then anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So Eagles and Cowboys, they got a little bit of work to do, but right now
then the Redskins offense is doing really good. Smith and Peterson.
They're doing something. Yes, Peterson is drinking the Kool-Aid, drinking the fountain of youth. He's looking at least featured back.
100 yards a game.
Yeah, it's sickening to see as a Packers fan. But the Redskins have the inside track. Do I think that this is? Yeah, they got the inside track. And I believe it's a good trade. Great trade for the Redskins.
Any inside track doesn't really matter because the monster of the Rams just isn't going to be fucking stopped now.
No. Speaking of the Rams, the Jaguars traded Dante Fowler Jr. to St. Louis, the LA Rams for a 2019 3rd-round draft pick and a 2020 5th-round draft pick. What does this mean about the Jaguars?
They're done.
Yeah, they're done. I knew they were done. They were the flavor of the year last year.
Their defense should still.
Well, they got killed.
They have been, but
mediocre offenses.
I think a lot of the problem with that defense is for as great as Ramsey and Bouye are, their safeties are awful, and they can't. You can't play as a confident corner if you don't think your safety's going to have your back if you going for a blitz or try to
Right.
sneak up for an interception or something.
And
you need to trust your safeties in the back that they'll have your back if you go in for something.
And especially when you're trying to flip-flop between Blake Bortles and Kessler, you got some problems. It's time to rebuild. I know it sucks, Jacksonville, but you got to rebuild. But what does this mean for the Rams?
Does
this make a 14-2 into a 15-1? Or a 16-0?
I mean, where's their loss going to come from? Their loss should have been against the Packers, but
I know where their loss is going to be, and that's going to be foreshadowing our picks for the week. So, with another trade, this is the first trade the Packers made, and it makes a lot of sense. Packers trade running back wide receiver Ty Montgomery to the Ravens for a 2020 7th round pick. This one's an easy one.
It doesn't do much.
Everybody wanted to kill Ty Montgomery after what happened this past Sunday. People are crazy. They shouldn't be threatening his family. But I understand. Well, I don't understand, but they're mad. Yeah. They're mad in Green Bay. They're mad in Wisconsin. The best thing you had to do for Ty Montgomery and for the team.
Take a knee and let Rodgers do what he does.
Well, I was going to say to trade him, but no, I understand.
But that would have been the best thing to do.
And it was told.
And why Rodgers
Mike McCarthy, of all fucking people, told Ty Montgomery, yo, if you're
deeper than 5 yards, take a knee.
And Montgomery didn't.
Ty
because he was pissed.
No, that's the one excuse. The other excuse was he was saying he didn't know how far into the end zone he was, so he was just going to try to make a play. Okay, if your depth perception is that bad, you really shouldn't be receiving kicks. If you don't know where you're standing on the field, because he was pretty deep into the end zone.
Very deep.
So,
not very. No.
It was like a good 5 yards in.
I'd say 2.5, 3. I'll say 3 tops. But still, if your coach tells you, no matter how pissed you are or not, to take a fucking knee in the fucking end zone, you fucking do it or you're getting traded like he did.
Well, and then, also, like you were saying, he was, having a fit, on the sidelines because he got took out of the game because he wasn't being effective. But I kind of like the newer, GM of the Packers with the Gutekunst because, back a while ago, if Thompson was still running teams, if players were acting like that, they'd still be like, oh, well, you're valuable, you could still stay, and they'd resign him. But, Gutekunst, the 2 people who had hissy fits, in the past, he was immediately traded them. He traded Randall for Deshaun Kaiser and a pick, and then he traded Ty for pick. And honestly, I think they have 13 or 14 picks at the next draft. So.
But this is a 7th round pick.
Yeah, but I mean,
and actually, this is a 2020 pick. If
yeah, but I mean, with the 2019 pick they got with the 2 first-round picks from the Packers
and the Saints. So you're probably going to get the 20th pick and the 29th pick or something like that.
No, the Packers aren't going to get to the 20th pick.
The Saints.
No, I'm saying the Packers aren't going to get to even the 20th pick.
15, 13,
higher,
10,
higher,
9,
probably.
Okay. So another team that's going to be picking very high in the draft, the Detroit Lions. Traded wide receiver Golden Tate to the Eagles for a 3rd round draft pick. That is high for fucking Golden Tate. That is so fucking high. I think. Oh yeah, you might be right.
And he is a top receiver.
He is a top receiver, and now he's going to be with Alshon Jeffrey and Aguilar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Aguilar.
Didn't they trade for another receiver too?
I think so. We'll get to it. I don't think. No, the Texans did. But what do you think this does for the Eagles? Now that they countered the Redskins with Hocklin Dix for a Golden Tate, I'm going to just say right out loud, I don't think it does much.
Not really, because their defense is still a problem.
Their defense is still the problem because they were elite last year, and that's how they won the Super Bowl. Your defense... They need to get back to that elite status to be even a playoff team in this crazy NFC. The Broncos traded Demaryius Thomas to the Texans for a 2019 4th round draft pick. The team also swapped 2019 7th rounders.
I mean, that kind of makes me feel better about the haha for the 4th round pick. Because Demaryius Thomas could be considered one of the best receivers.
Elite wide receiver.
And haha, for as good as he is, he's not the top 5 top safeties in the league.
Right. No, he's like 7 or 8, maybe, whatever. But I think this is a home run for the Texans. I think this might be
Hopkins are gonna run over people.
And Fuller's
hurting towards
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why they got Demaryius Thomas. That's right. So, but no, I think this is a huge home run. The Texans are going to keep on rolling. They're going to win 10, 11 games, win that division, and they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. I'm loving this pick, this trade for the Texans. Another one, the Giants traded Damon Harrison to the Lions for a conditional.
Okay, this doesn't make sense to me. Why would the Lions go and trade for Damian Harrison, thinking they're still competing, then trade away Golden Tate, which means they're not?
As my father once said, the Lions can wreck a one-car funeral. So
it doesn't. Why would they do that? That makes no sense. Ask your Lions fan.
No, we're not. We're gonna leave them alone. So here's another one. This is actually scary as fuck. The Giants traded Eli Apple, defensive end Eli Apple, to the Saints for a 2019 4th round draft pick and a 2020 7th round draft pick. This is going to help the Saints out too. And this
I don't know how much. I don't know how much though, because Eli got fucking torched by Julio in his last 2 weeks. I mean, everyone gets torched by Julio, but it wasn't even close.
He went back,
it wasn't even close. He was.
Yeah, but it's Julio Jones. So
I mean, King played good against Julio when he was a rookie last year.
This is bad game. Eli Apple's bad game. You know what? This is great for the Saints. They're still going to be right in the thick of things in the NFC top. They're going to be number 1 or the number 2 seed no matter what.
Because the Rams are.
I don't know. But, alright. Raiders. Speaking of the Raiders, are getting killed right now to the Niners. The Niners. Raiders traded wide receiver Amari Cooper to the Cowboys for a 2019 first round pick.
Yeah.
First round pick.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, who is now
needs to be re-signed. So that's. I mean, it's good for the Cowboys because
they need
Amari and now Allen Hurns will go back to where he was good with the Jacksonville, where he was the number 2 receiver.
Exactly. So now you got that elite wide receiver.
Now you have Ezekiel, and the play action's going to open up a lot more.
So now Prescott has no fucking excuses. Now it's
their line still kind of bad and beaten.
Yeah. I'm still saying, 8.
I mean, that could be a wild card, maybe. Because the Redskins are probably going to win the division now.
Yes, I agree. And then the last trade, the Browns traded running back Carlos Hyde to the Jaguars for a 2019 5th round pick. Why? Once again, the Jaguars just pulled the Lions. You traded defensive players
but they needed Hyde because Fournette's still hurt. Yeldon's not being effective. Yeldon's not being effective. Their other backs aren't really helping them. So they might be going down, but you still need to field a team that can at least assume you're competing. And they weren't able to with Yeldon, and I forgot who their backup was behind Yeldon as running back, so they needed to get someone.
They had to get somebody. So, here we are halfway through the season, and you know what? I just thought of something real fun to do for a real quick. We're going to do it rapid fucking fast. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you. Yeah, we're going to start the XFL. I'm going to go down the list of teams, and we're going to give them a midterm grade. A+, A minus, B+, B, B minus, etc. So, first and foremost, New England Patriots.
B+. Because they started off, you can't discount how they started and looked the first few weeks. And their offense is amazing with Josh Gordon and
They
Brady
picked up Josh
and
Gordon.
Brown. But I still think that defense can be exploited.
Yeah, yes.
And that's what Belichick's teams that always won were always great at. Because my friend sent me this where it said Tom Brady has had 14 top 10 scoring defenses in his career with the Patriots, and Rodgers has had 2
That's
for the Packers. If that defense isn't able to slow someone down, I'm like, yeah, they beat the Chiefs that one game.
Yes.
But now, if Mahomes has tape on what they did against him good,
right,
Mahomes could, blow up and just start, chucking it again.
So, you know what? I was going to go with a B, but because he beat the Kansas City Chiefs, or they beat the Kansas City Chiefs in that huge game, I'll give them a B+ too. Miami Dolphins, 4-4 record.
I'll give them B. They're doing a lot better than anybody
I agree.
With
Me
what
too.
they have at quarterback.
I'll give them a B-.
The win against the Bears kind of
The win was against the Bears was huge, but you know what? When you shit the bed against the Lions, and I think they shit the bed again this week, you started off hot, now you're dying down. I'll give them a B-. The New York Jets, who's 3-5.
See, they got a lot of potential on both sides of the ball. It's just they need to develop it all. They haven't had a chance to get them in sync. When they looked great their first 2 weeks with the Lions, I think once that offense starts going good, they're going to be real dangerous in that division.
C+. I'll say C+. Buffalo Bills, 2-6.
D.
Really?
Yeah.
You think why?
They're so bad. They're again.
That's true.
That gives you a B for stupidity.
Well, Allen's hurt, right?
And so is Derek Anderson, but you can find another quarterback better than Nathan
I'm
Peterman.
giving them a C. I'm giving them a C because, you know what? They beat the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, but the Vikings don't look like they're that much of a...
Their defense still looks okay. It's just that their offense is just shit with Nathan Peterman. So I'm giving them a C. Pittsburgh, 4-1.
B.
I'm going with a B because this is what they're doing. And this is what Pittsburgh always does. They're going to just rise to the cream of the crop in the in the AFC North, and they're fucking taking everybody down. James Conner's the real fucking deal. Fuck Le'Veon Bell. They don't fucking need him. Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be a top 3 seed.
They might be, but they might not get past who the top 2 seeds are.
Well, that's why a B is a great thing. Cincinnati, 5-3.
They're a B.
I'm giving them an A. I did not think they were going to be this good.
First to give them an A.
No, you don't know because they're 5-3. Their offense is potent. I didn't think that because of how inconsistent they've been.
That's what I said. They both great.
Last year.
The Steelers are better than them, but they're for the Bengals to get an A, you'd have to be first place.
Not for me. Whatever the prediction that you were supposed to be in the beginning of the season to now, they've done a lot better. No, Baltimore was, and Cleveland was.
No, I'm saying Bleacher Report and ESPN were predicting.
Well, look it up.
I think that'd be a wild card.
Baltimore, 4-4.
C.
C+, I agree. Cleveland, 2-5-1.
C-. They got 2 wins.
They got 2 wins. They got 2 wins. And a tie. That was the first game of the season, so they did not.
And Baker looks good.
He does.
Their defense is going to be better once they fired their biggest detractor.
Yeah, they fired their head coach. They got rid of.
I'm kind of surprised they let Greg Williams be the head coach because he's the one who started the bounty gate, so that might be going down a bad path.
Maybe they'll be called the Cleveland Bounties. Hey,
maybe they should move out of Cleveland.
Houston Texans, 5-3 record.
B.
I was going to say a B+.
Just because they started out really, really awful.
They did, so I'll give them a B. Now that they're on a roll, 5 wins in a row, they just traded for Demaryius Thomas, even though Fuller's is out. Their defense is finally picking it up.
And I think Fuller's on the IR that can come back by the end of the year.
So that could be very good. Tennessee with a 3-4 record.
B-.
I'm going with a D. Because they were a playoff team last year. You got to remember that. They were a wild card. And now all of a sudden you're sitting with a 3-4 record. You have, I think you got some pretty bad losses in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they do.
You get killed against Baltimore 21-0. You lose to the Buffalo Bills the week after you just beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And you beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, we'll get to them soon. So you know what? After they beat the Eagles, they kind of faltered down the line. I don't know what the fuck's going on in Tennessee.
The only reason I'm even saying a C or a C minus is just like I'm judging it more by like kind of what they should somehow be able to, because they have a lot of talent on that team.
That's why they should be better than 3 and 4.
I think their coaching.
They should have beat the
Bills. Who's their coach right now?
Bruschi, Teddy Bruschi.
I don't think he's an answer for that. I trust, even though the Lions look like shit, I trust Patricia more than I trust. Because Bruschi was never even a defensive coordinator. He was a linebackers coach.
He went straight to that coaching.
I think their coaching's kind of dragging them down a little. The fact that the other teams in their division are like starting to like kind of climb up a little bit more, I think that's causing them problems. But like Marcus Mariota and Derrick Henry are like potentially two top players, and I think
what are they doing? They can't do shit.
But that's kind of the problem hiring a defensive coach when you have an offensive coach. They have an offensive coordinator, but
offensive coordinator. That's what
it's not. But that's the problem when you hire. Like if you hire it for a team like the Patriots or the Packers, we have an established offensive player. Okay, hire the defensive coach, the offensive player.
Mariota should be an offensive.
But it's his second or third year, isn't it?
I think it's third.
So he's still a young player developing.
Okay, I'm giving it to you.
And his first year he was hurt. So it's really his second year, and he's still developing. Okay. And you got him new receivers last year. He still hasn't fully clicked with like. If you have a young player like that, like kind of like what the Bears did with Trubisky, went out and got an offensive mind with Nagy to help develop him. Like
that's what they need to do with Tennessee. Then what the fuck are they doing? D. Like I said, Indianapolis. Speaking of injured quarterbacks that come back, Indianapolis.
I thought he was going again. I was like, wait a
minute. What are you giving these 3 and 5 Colts?
D. I mean.
Really?
Yeah.
With that terrible defense, I'm giving them a C+. They didn't going into the year. They didn't have a running back, and now all of a sudden Marlon Mack has become the featured back in Indianapolis. Your defense was supposed to be like bottom 5. They're still holding it together, and Andrew Luck is having an MVP. If the Colts were 5-3 right now, he would be considered MVP. He's putting up numbers second to Patrick Mahomes. He's got, I think, 18 or 19 touchdowns in the half a season. He's or 20. He's on pace for 40 plus. I'm giving this team a C plus.
The reason I'm giving him a D is, for as much as you said, if they were 5-3, he'd be MVP, but they're not. And the thing is,
nobody thought the Colts were going to do anything this year.
And so far, they're in 3rd place in the division. So are they
doing 3 and 5 record?
So are they doing anything? They won 3 games.
Fine. Fine.
Just Luck's playing amazing, but the defense, same problem. If the defense doesn't produce, what does it matter? If your offense scores 40, your defense is just going to give up 50.
I got it. Jaguars. 3 and 5.
D minus.
I was going to say F, but with my predictions saying that they won't make the playoffs, I'm going to go with a D minus also. D minus,
They need to, if they end up with a high pick, they need to get a fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
They can't. They gotta stop the Blake Bortles bullshit.
In this Leonard Fournette bullshit, he's made of glass.
Yeah.
He's made of glass. Chiefs 7-1. A plus. A plus.
I just said A because there's room for improvement. If he keeps getting better, then he goes.
That's true. Right? Yeah.
Mahomes just keeps blowing out.
I'm just gonna say A plus. This team is. It's sick.
It's funny because the team will trade away Marcus Peters and really has no form of defense. They're
like the Colts of the mid-2000s. I'm serious.
They have Bob Sanders, though, so that kind of changed things.
Yeah.
The Chiefs don't have that because... Oh, yeah, they do. Barry.
Yeah.
Eric Berry.
Yeah. Chargers, 5-2.
B+.
I'm going to say A-. I think, you know what? I was not a big believer in the Chargers this year. So far, they're beating the teams that they're supposed to. And with a 5-2 record, with the inside track of the second wild card and only 2 games out of first place of the very, very, very hot Kansas City Chiefs, I'm going with an A-.
The only reason I say B+ is because I'm pissed off at them because of fantasy. Because Keenan Allen only has 1 fucking touchdown all year.
Okay. I got you.
I mean, how do you not, somehow find a way to get Keenan Allen more than 1 touchdown? It's like the 8th or 9th week of the season. He still has 1 touchdown.
Broncos, 3-5.
Because they're doing a lot better than they're supposed to.
I was going to say a C. You know what? No one's expecting anything from them. They're not
doing the fact they're staying competitive on all these games and looking good. I mean, they're another team that eventually needs to think
get a quarterback. Yes,
Keenum's not gonna.
And you can't waste Von Miller's years.
Yeah,
I understand we already have the championship, but well, we got.
I mean, yeah.
The Oakland Raiders.
Z.
We're holding them back. We're just gonna hold them back a grade or 2. They get an S.
No, they have to go. They have to go in the special.
Fat.
They have to
fat.
Go to special classes that they fear they're gonna set each other on fire.
It tastes like burning. What are you gonna do? You know, it's the Raiders. We don't even have the time to talk about the fucking Raiders and all.
But they are losing.
They're a circus. They're a fucking circus.
What did they think was gonna happen? Hiring Gruden.
Yeah. F. Big fat fucking F. Z. Alright, to the NFC. Washington, 5-2.
Actually, I'll give them A.
Hey, I agree.
Their defense is awesome, and getting Dix is going to only make it better.
Yeah.
Their offense is doing good enough to get them wins and.
Alex Smith, Pierre Garçon, and Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that's a threat?
Don't they still have Vernon Davis
in the NFC? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, Vernon Davis, I understand because they played together in San Francisco. He's comfortable with them.
Eagles.
Garçon too. Wasn't Garçon in San Francisco 1 year with Smith?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Fuck. Eagles 4-4.
D.
I'm saying C.
I just coming up I get people. Say the whole Super Bowl hangover.
That's why I'm giving them the C. I'm giving them a C.
But it goes far beyond that because there's so many games that if they just knew what they were doing or supposed to do, they should have won easily. Like the first game against the Falcons, that shouldn't have been that close. The Eagles should have been because the Falcons were falling apart.
Yes.
But they couldn't find ways to win. They're terribly inconsistent.
Yes, they
Wentz is still really good, and their offense is good enough, but that defense is nowhere near what it should have been.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. I just give them the C. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because of the Super Bowl hangover.
I don't think that's a real thing.
I think it is.
Because
too much shit. Dallas Cowboys 3-4.
C.
I'm going to give them a B- because of all their injuries on their offensive line, and yet they're still with a 3-4 record. Yes, it's a losing record, but who really thought they were going to do anything this year?
You still said they were going to the Super Bowl, so.
I said NFC Championship
game.
Super Bowl. I have Saints winning it all. There's no way. NFC Championship game. Yes, I'm still giving them a B-.
I just see because
Ezekiel Elliott is still a beast.
Yeah. And he is, and Dak is
that defense is still good.
I'll say C just because, I can't give, a positive grade to a team that doesn't have a positive record.
Yeah, but like if you're projected to go 2-14, and all of a sudden you're.
I mean, they weren't projected to be.
No, I know, but you know what I mean.
They're supposed to be like 7-9 or 8-8, which they could still accomplish.
Speaking of a team that's on pace on 2-14, it's the Giants. They're 1-7.
Same thing, Z. F minus.
I'm gonna give them a D. I'm gonna give them a passing grade with a D, only because of Saquon Barkley and whoever they have left on defense. And Odell Beckham Jr.
They never seem to do.
Yes. So, you know what? It's going to be a shit-ass year for them, and probably next year too, but I give the Giants
I give them an F just because, like what we were talking about a few weeks ago, is like their decision-making issues. I still completely believe they made a horrible mistake not taking one of the quarterbacks or defensive players instead of Saquon Barkley. Saquon's a beast, but you could find top good running backs like 3rd, 4th round. You can't find, except for Tom Brady, you can't find like all Hall of Fame great quarterbacks.
Right.
Wait, I mean Brady's kind of the only one that's done that, but
he is. But all right, Bears 4-3.
B plus.
I was thinking B. Their 2 losses, the one against the Dolphins and the one against
Packers.
Yeah, they should have won that one. They honestly should be 6-1. I'll give them a B because of how good that defense is. And yes, I know Khalil Mack is injured. Trubisky is showing some sort of progress. That offense does light up from time to time. This is a very good team. It's going to be a very good team down the road. Don't know how long down the road is going to be, so I'm giving them a B.
The only reason that's keeping me from like giving them an A is just the fact that their defense, for as good as it is, when Khalil Mack is controlled, it doesn't seem like they're able to slow many people down. Like last week they did good without Mack.
But it was the Jets.
Starting, yeah, but.
And the Jets had a lot of injuries.
Had a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries. So like you can't, you know. Oh shit. Vikings 4-3-1.
C.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the C. You know what? Everybody said, oh, they're the next big thing. You know, they're gonna be the still number 2 seed. They're gonna be like they did in the playoffs last year. Well, I mean, Kirk Cousins is good. He's good.
He's good, but he's like I've always told my friends about.
They
always thought that he was like a top quarterback.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins is like the Kevin Love of the NFL. He was a stat stuffer on a bad team.
Yeah.
The Redskins were always down, so he was always throwing. They always putting up crazy yards and touchdowns because they were always behind. And now he's in like the spotlight. And he's making like terrible decisions, like he should have lost on that game against the Packers,
right?
Because everyone's like, oh, well, he stayed tough and hung in with Aaron Rodgers. No, he really didn't. He threw what should have been a game-ending interception against them, and then just got lucky that neither kicker could make a field goal.
Exactly. Speaking of the Packers,
F.
They're 3-3-1. You're gonna give them an F.
They're supposed to be a Super Bowl team, weren't they? Or an NFC title team.
I'm going to give them
They weren't supposed to be sellers at the deadline. They were supposed to be top of the North.
I'm still going to... I'll give them a C-. I still knew that, yes, our Packers secondary, still very young. The Clinton Dix trade was understandable, but not at the same time. Aaron Rodgers being injured might have a little bit to do with it. Mike McCarthy is a complete fool. He's a dumbass. But you know what? With Geronimo Allison and
Scantling
and
Seymour,
they look very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Jimmy looks good so far.
Yes, Jimmy Graham looks good so far. The offensive line has been mediocre. It's
but that's kind of part of the problem too, like I have with them.
So
they gave up and this was back in the Ted Thompson time. They gave up 2 basically Pro Bowl All-Pro guards because they were so full of themselves that they're like, oh, we'll find another one. We can find another one. That's easy finding a guard.
Yeah.
And they basically have 2 undrafted free agent guards that basically, if it wasn't for Bulaga and Bakateri, would be getting blown by every game.
Yeah, no, you're right. Lions 3 and 4.
F, D, I don't know. They're the Lions, so
I'll give them a C. I gotta give them a C. You know, I don't really think they were gonna be vying for a playoff spot, and especially this year in the NFC. Lions are the Lions. C. Saints 6 and 1. A. I agree. The Drew Brees, amazing. That offense, amazing. Fucking amazing.
Who the hell is Nick Mullins?
Apparently, he destroyed the Raiders. Wow. Okay, Nick Mullins destroyed the Raiders. Everybody. Panthers 5 and 2.
B minus.
A minus. Cam Newton, that offense is running on all sorts of fumes. They're fucking killing everything. Everybody in sight. Defense looks good. Look for the Carolina Panthers to be a very dark horse in the NFC playoffs. Atlanta 3 and 4.
Same thing as Packers. Just the expectations.
I'll say F. Defense. You know what? No, fuck it. I'm giving them a D plus only because they had a lot of injuries on the secondary. You can't really predict that shit. They would be a little bit better if they still had their secondary guys.
How do you know? Because when they were all healthy, they weren't even looking good.
D. Just D. Buccaneers 3 and 4.
D minus, because who the fuck expects the Buccaneers to do anything out of it?
I was going to say an A minus. You know what? I'll go with the B plus because they're 3 and 4. I'm going to go with the B plus. I thought this team was complete shit. Fitzmagic is back and he's going to be starting this week. I love it. Rams 8-0. A plus. Rams are fucking the fucking Rams. A plus. Seattle 4 and 3.
B. They're not supposed to be that good.
I agree. I'm giving them an A minus. They're going to be right there in the mix of things for a wild card, and they're not even supposed to be good. Them and the Dallas Cowboys are like the same fucking team in my eyes, except that Dallas has a better running back. Arizona 2 and 6.
C minus.
C plus. They got a lot of young guys. They got a rookie quarterback, rookie wide receiver. They got a young defense that's still learning a lot of stuff. You got stuff that is brewing in Arizona. Give it some time. Giving you guys a C plus.
The reason I give them the minus is just how they started the offseason by just letting Tyrann Mathieu walk. Like that was just. I mean. He's not doing like that much for like where he is, but that him and Peterson were like walking down half the field. So
yeah, you're right.
Took him away, and now that defense is kind of getting scored on pretty easily.
And now the team that just destroyed the Oakland Raiders, the 2 and 7, newly 2 and 7, San Francisco 49ers.
Me, because even the games they've lost, like I'm gonna like grade them like I grade the Hawks so far this year. Even the games they've lost, they've never really looked like outmatched or like they didn't belong like on the same field. And for a young team, that's like really important to like start like building. I think they had like one game where they got like killed, but
let's see,
24 or something.
They lose 24-16 against Minnesota, first game of the season, fine and great. They beat the Detroit Lions 30-27. Well, I mean, it's the Chiefs, but they only lost by 11. That's crazy. 28-18, they lose to Arizona. Green Bay 33-30. Well, the Rams don't count. They got killed by the Rams, and then they only lose by 3 against the Arizona Cardinals. No, I get it.
But in even like that Packers game. In all honesty, the Niners should have won that.
They should have.
But like Aaron
Rodgers thinks.
But like that's one reason why I'm still sticking with my F for the Packers. Like they're number one. What happened with Ty shows the team really doesn't listen to or give a shit about McCarthy anymore. So if they're not listening to their coaching and just gonna do whatever they want, then they're probably going to finish like near the bottom of that division because they're not going to get up. That actually goes good into my douches.
Well, first off, I just got to give the 49ers a D+. I'm sorry.
I think if they had Garoppolo, it would be a lot better.
That's what I'm thinking. If they had
Goodwin's a really good receiver.
Yeah, Goodwin's an amazing receiver.
And if they had a running game.
If they had Garoppolo, I think things would be a little bit different. I think they also would be in the mix for a wild card. But yeah, without Garoppolo, guys are lost. So go with your douches of the week.
Okay, it's kind of like a 1 and 1 night because it's the same thing. Like one thing happened to like make both people douches. Ty Montgomery for taking the ball out and fumbling.
I agree.
And then the Packers fans for basically giving like him death threats.
I agree.
Like
yes.
his family death threats.
Yes.
But like just the whole like him taking out and like if the story is true that he was just pissed off because he got taken off the bench and he wanted to make a play. What did he really think he was going to do? 5 yards deep in the end zone. Did he really think he was going to run 120 yards to get a touchdown or to help him out?
Rudy.
Well, no. The best, like McCarthy and Rodgers even said, the best thing that could have happened to him is take the fucking knee.
Yeah.
If Rodgers wins it, he wins it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Just let your best player have a chance to get it. And like I think a lot of why Ty did what he did was because he knew if Rodgers won and if Rodgers threw it to say Adams or Graham or St. Brown or Aaron Jones, then the story would be about Aaron Rodgers.
Well, it should be about Aaron Rodgers.
And it wouldn't be about him.
Well, fuck Ty Montgomery.
And it wouldn't be like, and I think was starting to get a little pissed off.
Now he's moving down the Baltimore
all these other running backs were getting time ahead of him. F for Flacco?
Fuck you. F for fuck you. My douches of the week is still Le'Veon Bell, and I'll give it to Ty Montgomery, and I guess that goes hand in hand with the Packers fans that want to try to kill him because fuck you guys, don't be fucking retarded.
Right there, close. You got 15 points.
No, we're not going there.
He did, though.
No,
he did.
I don't want to know about Derek fucking Rose.
You got 50 points. When did you ever get 50 points?
What? I just want to let everybody know, as my phone died, so I gotta get some stuff. I don't know if this is gonna be the right one or not. Okay, that's not alright. Go.
So yeah, Rose got 50.
You know what? Rose is the only player, the only MVP that will not make the Hall of Fame. Alright? So Derrick Rose.
Is the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame?
Oh, it doesn't matter. He's not making it.
But if you look at other stuff, like high school and college, which they put it in, they might just put him in.
Not making it. You know what? 50 points or not, he's still hot garbage. He's still fucking hot garbage.
He got 50 points.
Try to get this going because then we got our picks for the weekend for NFL. You're like, why not? We gotta get their picks.
Why?
I got it. I got the picks.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Why did Derrick Rose have to go 50 points?
Oh, it's better than you think.
Jimmy Butler didn't play because Jimmy does what Jimmy does.
Okay, Atlanta, Washington.
Where's it at?
Washington. Yeah, Redskins. Miami versus the Jets. And Miami. They're really good at
you know what? Okay, Miami.
Detroit and Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Tie.
There you go.
Pittsburgh at Baltimore.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Tampa at Carolina. Bears, Bills. Bears should win. Chargers, Seahawks.
Chargers.
I think Seahawks because it's in Seattle. They always play better there.
Okay.
Houston at Denver. Texans.
Houston. Yeah.
Rams at Saints.
Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
Yeah! There's your number one seed in the NFC. The New Orleans Saints.
Patriots. Packers at Patriots. I don't think it's even going to be close.
Patriots. Yeah, fuck it.
Tennessee at Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, Cowboys.
Well, there you go. Got our picks to click. That's our NFL. You know what? Fuck the NBA. I don't want to do the top 5 of what I want to do. We'll do that next week.
Let's do it.
Damn it! All right, fine. We'll do it.
Just because Rose is going to be in your top 5 and you're pissed.
Top 5 of baby back.
You just scored 50 points.
I don't give a fuck if he scored 50 points or 100 points. He still sucks. He's still hot garbage. So, what I was talking to you about earlier today is that the NBA has finally come to a good point in its life. And it's
I mean, not really, because it's still two, 3 teams that could.
That is true. That is true. But it has finally gotten to a point that
it's not LeBron's team.
That it's not LeBron's team, yes. But now we have gotten to the point that the greatest player in the league is spreading out to more than 2 players. When you really look at doing a top 5 best NBA players in the league right now, in the league today, you start to have troubles at 4 and 5, maybe even at 3. You start having trouble like, oh shit, I forgot about him. Oh shit, I forgot about him. And he's a great new talent and all that other shit. So Adam, who is your top 5 players in the NBA?
Durant, Steph, Kyrie. I want to say West, but he's not doing good right now. I'd say if he was playing right now, I'd say Jimmy, but since he doesn't want to, Giannis and Anthony Davis.
So you are leaving LeBron James out, even though his team sucks, even though his team has got
like LeBron like 6, but his your team is part of it. You can't being a great player on a garbage team, if they won 10, 15 games, should he be MVP?
No.
So then why should he be in the top 5?
Touche. I like it. So I have Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. I do have LeBron because LeBron is still LeBron. He's grandfathered in right now until he starts slowing down. So LeBron is LeBron. Number 4, Kawhi. What he's doing in Toronto is fucking disgusting. It's awesome. And number 5, Giannis.
Yeah,
I'm loving Giannis. Giannis is the next big thing. I hope he brings the Milwaukee Bucks to some sort of a championship or whatever, but you never know. Now, think of the players that we didn't say. Chris Paul,
Blake Griffin,
your Blake Griffins, your
Tatum.
James Hardens, your Tatums. There's a lot of great John Wall, Damian Lillard,
Michael Porter,
sure. I mean, you have a lot.
Levine, who's averaging 26 a game.
Yeah, he is. There's a lot of great talent and a lot of fun going on in the NBA.
There is, and that's kind of
and I like that. It just sucks that we already know what's going to happen in June.
Yeah.
We already saw the season finale. We just need to see what happens. What happens before that? So what it leads to.
Yeah.
That's what's coming.
And thinking about what the top 5 players right now is kind of why, not to go back to the subject that we talked about in the first show, but why I'll still say Jordan is 1 overall. Because at no point in his time, when it was Jordan, did anyone else say, well, this person might be better. Well, this person might be better. Well, they're better.
Unless you were a New York Knicks fan saying that about Patrick Ewing.
Yeah,
or Utah Jazz fans saying that about John Stockton.
Yeah, Stockton more than Malone, but
But no, I get it. There was a bigger space between Jordan
and the rest
of the league. And that was even in his mid-30s, man. He just still killed it. He was a beast. He was a monster. But no, I just think that it's getting closer and closer together of who is your top 5 NBA star players of the game, of the season, because we're finally getting a little bit of parity. Not much, but it's going in the direction of parity, just not for like the Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. But I think we might see
change if once these players are free agents, they just
then they just go all over the fucking place.
They just all join the Warriors again.
Jumble everybody up and just put 5 fucking stars on one team, and then see them win 78 games in a damn season.
I mean, I will say this though, I'm feeling as the season started and even as the last season ended, I'm like feeling a lot better about the trade with Butler.
Oh yeah,
because Levine's playing amazing, Dunn's doing good. When Markkinen comes back, he'll be good, and just like Jimmy's not wanting to be in Minnesota.
Jimmy doesn't want to go anywhere.
He wants to go to Miami.
Then he's going to want to leave in 2 years anyway. So
then he'll be a free agent. He can do what he wants.
Well, why doesn't he just fucking go to the Boston Red Sox? Because the Boston Red Sox won the World Series. You got anything?
And you decided they weren't going to, because then they wouldn't win a series.
This is true. I was wrong. Hard. I was very, very wrong. I will say one thing. Before we get into our wrestling, I will say one thing. When I found out that it was the Red Sox versus the Dodgers in the World Series, I was like, fuck this. I hate both teams. They both annoy the fuck out of me. Their fans annoy the fuck out of me. I give no fucks about this World Series. And I didn't. I did not until 1 inning. Half inning. And that was the bottom of the 9th. Game 5. Chris Sale. You know what? I got chills. I'm a White Sox fan, and I got chills. And you know what? I want to congratulate Chris Sale. You fucking did it. You deserve it. You deserve more. I just really hope it's not with the Red Sox. I know you're not going to do it with the White Sox, but I don't like the Red Sox.
Would you rather him do it with the Cubs? Because that's what Quintana might do if they don't trade him.
Yeah. I think I would rather him to do it with the Cubs than the Red Sox.
Of the two teams, like I like the Red Sox more than Dodgers because, yeah, Boston fans can be annoying.
But the teams at least...
But like, Dodgers fans are annoying and like hockey for like no fucking reason because their team doesn't win. Like,
are they the new Buffalo Bills of the early 90s?
They might be because next year, depending on how the teams line up, but if this one rumor's true that like Harper's already signed and people are already saying it's most likely the Cubs. I don't think the Dodgers will be able to stop that.
I don't think so either. But, you know, we'll get a lot more hot stove action on that. But, yeah, that's my little thing on the Red Sox Dodgers. Good job, Chris Sale. And you know what? Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts, they're very nice. But you know what? I just don't like David Price. Fuck David Price.
I did kind of feel bad.
And they showed that Machado was a fucking...
Yeah, Machado's a douche.
He's a cunt.
But
douche of the week!
I kind of felt bad for Sale at the beginning of the game. Because, like, they were saying how he was supposed to start the game.
Oh, yeah.
Then all of a sudden, like, it was David Price, and I was, like, kind of like, oh, I was like, I'd rather to see, like, Sale started, but...
But it was so sick. It was so sick seeing Chris Sale go out, bottom of the 9th, strike out the side. Last strikeout is to Machado. Moncada, yeah, we got Machado. Moncada. And, that was it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like, I enjoyed seeing it. Happy for the Red Sox. Machado, yeah.
Yeah, but now Moncada's on our team.
Yeah, I was happy for the Red Sox. I'm excited to see like what happens in free agency in the off season and stuff now.
We got some months.
Especially, I think the two biggest rumors, like at least here, are one saying kind of what was said at the deadline last year, that the Sox might go after Machado, and that the Cubs are like trying to find Bryce. And not if they get Bryce, they're probably going to trade
star-studded teams in Chicago. And the Cubs are already star-studded.
And if they get Bryce, they're most likely going to try to trade either Hayward or Schwarber to like open up space, which will be bad to see them go. But Bryce Harper's.
We got a whiles away with that. We got whiles away of hot stove, free agency, and rumors of MLB. But you know what we don't have to wait for? WWE Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia.
Talk Evolution first.
Oh, fuck, that's right. We didn't talk about Evolution because that just happened this past Sunday. I liked it. You know what? No, hold on. Okay, hold on. I got some things about this because there's one major thing that I saw in it that really pissed me off, but I'm going to start off with some good stuff. The whole pay-per-view as a whole was really good.
Yeah. I like that they did a different stage because they haven't done that for a while for pay-per-views.
I know. I thought it was a lot of fun, a lot of great storylines going on, a lot of great feuds.
Rousey was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot better than I thought it was.
Charlotte Becky was crazy.
I want to talk about that one. Trish and Lita look great in the ring. There are a couple botches, but you know what? They're in their fucking 40s. What do you want from them? They can't fucking do the fucking, their shit like it was yesterday, when they were like 20 years old. I give them all the credit in the world. Great. I'll give it a B+ show. Maybe, B+. But there's one thing, and I noticed this, and it was just fucked up. And this is all I don't know what was going on, but it was during the Becky Lynch Charlotte Flair match, and this happened, I think 2 or 3 times. The counting for the last woman standing, 1, 2, 3. It was so, and I understand, they tried to do it a little bit slower at times and all that stuff, but it was inconsistent in a way that at one point. The first point when I think Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair were on their knees, he's kept on counting.
Yeah.
Fine and great. All right, cool. That's how we're going to do this last man standing match. If you're on your knees, you're still going to be counted out. Then, when Becky Lynch did the table, the announcer's table to Charlotte, and Mike Chioda was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and he was at 8. And Charlotte Flair was on her knees, and he was at 9, and then Charlotte Flair says, "Is that all you got, Becky?" He never said 10. She was on her knees. She was on her knees for a good 3-4 seconds after. No, not right away. No, she ran away. It was after, I think she was,
I noticed that too with the entrances to count.
And then, the final count out of Charlotte Flair, she was on her knees.
Yeah.
I gotta say this. I think it would have been a hell of a lot better match if Charlotte Flair didn't try to get up after the powerbomb through the table.
That's also ego and...
Well, it fucked the whole match up. Yeah. It fucked the match up in the sense of a technicality. The match itself was fucking amazing. I loved it. But when you have one rule to go by, and it's your own rule, and you're not following it, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I had 2 problems with the show. Both were kind of like around like Michael Cole and announcing. One was during that Becky, I thought this was what you were talking about. During the Becky and Charlotte match, they showed the announce text, and you should see him like on his phone, like texting or like looking something up, and just like,
really,
and like not even like paying attention to the matches.
Really,
like they showed that like 2 or 3 times. And the other is like the commentary seemed like super like heavy-handed, like this like just trying to like go with the whole, this is women's empowerment, this is...
Yeah, I mean,
and then they had that...
Then they try to stuff shit down your throat.
Well, then there was also the moment where, like, you could tell seemed like a Vince fed line to her, where Renee Young is like, oh, by the way, we'd like to thank all the men that helped put the show together and help support us through it.
Okay.
So,
alrighty then. Wow. Okay then. So, yeah. But that was good. Yeah, it was a good pay-per-view. I hope they have a lot more all-women's pay-per-views. That was really good. A lot of fun. Great shit. I don't really have a whole lot on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, but... Oh, well, actually Monday Night Raw was kind of good.
Yeah, Raw was
kind of good. It was very good, you know. We finally got the crown jewel,
Except for, that kind of pissed me off, too. That, like, Cena was taken out of it. And instead of putting someone like, that didn't piss me off. Like, instead of putting someone like Drew McIntyre or Finn or Rusev in, like, oh, let's just put Bobby Lashley in there.
Just put Bobby Lashley. He lost to Finn Balor last week.
He lost twice to Finn Balor.
Yeah. Why don't you put Finn Balor in it?
Yeah.
Fucking chooch-ass motherfuckers. And you put fucking Bobby Lashley in? Bitch. You fucking bitch. So, what is the card for Crown Jewel? Let's go through this card. Let's...
The tournament with
let's do the
Lashley,
tournament.
Ziggler, Seth, Kurt, Jeff, Ray, Randy, and Miz.
And they're going to do a Raw on one side, SmackDown on the other side.
And Shane on SmackDown said,
yeah.
If you get to the finals and lose, you're off of SmackDown.
So, is that the final storyline for Jeff Hardy to go fucking fix himself?
I don't know if Jeff Hardy will make it to the finals, but maybe. I think like the two most obvious winners to me be like either Kurt or Rey Mysterio, but I think Mysterio wins.
So you're saying Kurt versus Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, I think Mysterio
would
wins.
Be fucking awesome.
Just because, like...
Bobby Lashley ain't doing it.
Yeah, Orton's not doing it.
Orton's probably not going to do it.
Seth probably won't because he's already the IC champ.
And same
Dolph
with
Bobby's not going to.
So I got Kurt Angle. I got Kurt Angle on the Raw side.
I don't know if they'll do it. Miz is the only one that I'm thinking maybe they have Miz win it just so he could be even crazier.
You know what? I like it. Miz over Angle.
Yeah. And
I like it. Miz versus Angle, Miz over Angle.
The next one is the Bar versus New Day for the SmackDown titles.
The Bar's the champs.
Yeah, I think Bar keeps it. Like they just won it. I don't think they're gonna.
No, they're gonna
play hot potato with it.
No, they're gonna play hot potato.
I mean, because on Raw they seem to be like taking the tag division more seriously. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think eventually New Day will get it back. But I think here the Bar's gonna win. DX versus the Brothers of Destruction.
Brothers of Destruction because Triple H won at the last one in Melbourne or fucking Australia.
I don't know. I say DX just because like they're still trying to set up another Shawn
versus Taker.
So the best way to do that, like, if Taker wins, then each have a win, but that just leads to another tag match. If you want to lead to a singles feud, have Shawn Sweet Chin Music Taker pin him.
1, 2, 3.
And then Taker comes back.
WrestleMania or Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to go with Brothers of Destruction, though, just because WWE likes to be random. Let's go with it. What else?
Brock Lesnar versus Braun.
Oh my god.
And you know what's funny? I read an article today.
Oh no, don't.
So I think that's how Brock has time in his UFC schedule to have another title run. Because he's not supposed to fight till January.
This is what I could see. And I think this is what WWE could do. Braun Strowman is going to lose because of Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre is going to fuck over Strowman, and that's going to start their feud with each other.
I mean, the feud's already started.
Oh, yeah, it's already started, but that's what could happen. What should happen is Braun Strowman winning, and then you can have Drew McIntyre come out and attack him after he wins the title. Please. Vince, do what's right for your fucking company on Monday Night Raw. Do not keep on sucking Lesnar's cock.
You know he's giving it to Lesnar again.
Title on Strowman.
You know he's giving it to Lesnar again.
No.
You know damn well it's going back to Lesnar.
No, I don't want it to.
Doesn't matter what you want. It's gonna happen.
So is your prediction Lesnar?
Most likely. Then
I'll go with Strowman.
AJ versus Joe.
AJ.
Yeah. I don't know if AJ's gonna lose.
Apparently Shinsuke is going over. I saw that Shinsuke is going over to Saudi Arabia, so there might be an impromptu U.S. title match. That's what I heard on the rumors.
Or Shinsuke may run in, attack AJ, and Joe win.
Oh yeah.
Because Shinsuke and AJ still have their thing.
So then AJ will defend. Okay, so
if AJ
US
loses
title,
WWE, then he goes into US with the Shinsuke.
And then Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe. I can see that.
Well, I don't think they're.
Yeah. But AJ Styles.
No, Bryan's not going to be up there. They're saying they have no plans for Bryan for the rest of the year, really. Because they're like pissed that he didn't want to go. But, like, I think like the whole thing is stupid because it's hard to punish Cena if he's never there, but they're not really good. They wouldn't like think of punishing John Cena for like not showing up to something, but because Bryan doesn't want to, like, and Bryan has actual reasons to not. Here, let me try to find the article.
Nice.
But
no, I think AJ's gonna win. AJ Styles has got to win.
He does.
What I'm trying to do is.
Bryan basically, like, the reason Cena doesn't want to go is like basically like his marketing and movie just thinks it looks better.
Right.
Like, Bryan doesn't want to go because number one, how last year at the Greatest Royal, or last few months at the Greatest Royal Rumble, they wouldn't let Sami Zayn like compete in the match because I think he's Jewish or Syrian or something. But they wouldn't let him compete.
That's right.
In the match, and like it's one of his friends, so he got pissed. And he's also pissed that like the women aren't allowed to wrestle on the shows, and that like he even said he's like, oh, supposedly like we're trying to do this whole like evolution stuff, but you still have pay-per-views where you're not going to show women because you don't want to offend them. And then, like, he even said he didn't want to be in this title match. He told Vince, let Miz win, let Miz beat me, and let Miz face AJ, and then mine and Miz rivalry could keep going because, like, Miz beat me, I beat him, so we're even.
Exactly.
But Vince let Bryan win, knowing that Bryan wasn't going to go, because Bryan told him right then, I'm not going.
Vince is stubborn. He's a stubborn, damn old fool. And now we're going to have Brock Lesnar as a 2-time Universal Champion.
3-time.
2.
3. 3.
Where's the third time? Where's the second time?
He won.
He never lost it.
No, he won.
Never lost it.
He won the first time, like, not the first time, but like, first time he won it was like a couple years ago. Then he lost it to, I forgot who he lost it to, but like.
Yeah, lose it to anybody. It went this way. Finn Balor had 24 hours. Fatal 4-way match, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens loses to Goldberg at Royal Rumble. Goldberg loses it to Brock Lesnar a month and a half later. Lesnar keeps it all the way through for over a year. Was supposed to lose it in that steel cage match. Well, first supposed to lose it to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Beat him. Supposed to lose it to Roman Reigns in the first Saudi Arabia in the steel cage match. Beat him. Went on to SummerSlam. Lost it to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has cancer after a month. Now it's vacant. 2-time. He will be.
Didn't he lose to Goldberg with one of those defenses?
No, it was
I
not
thought it
defense.
jumped back and forth between Goldberg and Lesnar for a while.
Not a defense. Lesnar's loss at Survivor Series was not a title match because the title match at Survivor Series was That year, that was Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins in, not Hell in a Cell. But I think it was Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Oh, it was the Jericho, in the Shark Tank.
Yeah.
That's right.
The pay-per-view tomorrow will be interesting. It's just, I can totally see them going back to putting it on Brock. And if they put it on Brock, I'm
quitting Raw.
I don't think I'm watching Raw anymore.
Quitting Raw. Because there's no real title on Raw.
Then they're kind of...
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And we got some
good
good shit with Dean Ambrose.
And the tag division's getting a little better.
But, I mean, when you don't have, like, you don't have...
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Title on Raw.
I don't even consider that a major title. Because, number one, it has absolutely, like, no worth.
Yeah, that's what I said last week. And the prestige of this title is fucking terrible, the worst.
And just the fact that...
You have better prestige with the hardcore title.
Yeah, we should bring it back. The fact that, like, not just who's had it, because, like, yeah, people could complain, like, Brock only showed up with Raw, but, like, Vince allows it. Yeah. And also, as Vince has said, Brock is... an attraction, is someone that people will go to see.
But he doesn't need a title. It's Brock Lesnar.
No, but if you put him on the show, I think what Vince is thinking is, okay, you have him on the show, why is it believable that he wouldn't be a champion?
Because he's only there part-time. And he shouldn't be
Brock
going
won
on
the
the
title when he was part-time.
Well, that's why CM Punk fucking quit. Because he's sick of that fucking shit.
Punk quit because Batista won the Rumble.
Oh yeah, that too, yeah.
And Punk quit because he's a little bitch. He is. He's like still, like, every chance he gets, like, prized about, like, what WWE, like, has done. And I heard, like, a rumor that, like, he was the main reason that, like, AJ didn't appear at the Evolution thing. That, like, supposedly they kept reaching out to her and wanting her to go, and she kind of wanted to, but, like, then Punk was like, oh, no, you shouldn't do it.
Well, that's all I got today.
Yep. So, fuck the NFL, fuck the NBA.
And fuck Vince McMahon. If he does put
that Brock's going to win again.
I'm James. And Braun Strowman better be the fucking champion by the time we get back on.
He won't be.